edge, gaining the perimeter of the defense, and this is a beautiful job. Front side, clean up, backside, with great vision by Henry, and then the ability to break through some of those arm tackles.
He gets better as the game goes along, and here, later in that drive, breaking a few tackles there, scoring the touchdowns, 3 touchdowns in the game, Titans win 45-26, and this was Derrick Henry's 3rd career game with 175 yards and 3 scores on the ground. Hey, by the way, only Jim Brown and LaDainian Tomlinson have had more, and since Ryan Tannehill took over Week 7 last season, Henry's led the league in almost every rushing category, including yards before and after contact. With the win, by the way, our Football Power Index gives the Titans an 88% chance to take the AFC South. Huge, crucial win for them. Dan, what do you think about this Titans rushing attack?
I mean, you either feel pressure or you apply pressure. And this is an offense, while they're not this juggernaut throwing the ball, they apply pressure with their run game. And that's why I love them so much. Look at front side. To be good front side, you got to have a hat on a hat, and you got to capture leverage. Get inside those defenders. That's great. But how about the second level? Again, the placement of where your helmet is in relation to where the defender is creates this huge seam 7 yards before you ever get touched. Now, you got to be good on the front side, great on the backside in the run game. Motion your tight end to a fullback position. Pressure's going to come off the slot. When you blitz, defensive linemen are going to slant. I just need one guy to shut off one of those slants. Left guard, Roger Saffold. Get your guy on the ground. That's good on the front side. Saffold, be great on the backside. Look at that one cut, makes it happen. Throw out in space. And again, you see vision by Derrick Henry to make him one of those special backs in the NFL. I said it before, you either feel pressure or you apply pressure. Yesterday's game is kind of one of the reasons why I love the Titans and I love their play caller, Arthur Smith, and their run game. I know the Colts were missing people. So were the Titans. Down 2 left tackles. Their left guard was questionable. Their center was questionable. They don't care. Their run game is as dominant as it needs to be, and that's why one of the reasons why I think they're a favorite in the AFC.
Yeah, you can go crazy when you got a cyborg at running back. And 2, let me mention this before I talk more about Derrick Henry. DeForest Buckner is not getting paid enough, and Danico Autry being out was huge in this game. DeForest should have the quarterback salary on this team based on what we watched the Indianapolis Colts give up in that game in rushing. And listen, guys, the only way, and I know a lot of people, might be the first time people hear this, only way you stop great backs is your defensive line creates a new line of scrimmage. Your defensive line is not being cut on the backside. Athletic defensive linemen are more important to stopping the run than anything in football. Now, to the other side, Derrick Henry should be in the MVP conversation, and he should be right there with Aaron Rodgers and Patrick Mahomes. And he's on pace to finish with 1,800 yards. He's at 12 now, averaging 4.9 a carry. But beside the numbers, that's Mina's thing. When you ask anybody watching in this league, and we know Mahomes, we know the importance of Aaron Rodgers, can we honestly say that Derrick Henry is not as important to the Tennessee Titans as those 2 guys that I just mentioned? I'll be hard-pressed to find a reason why he's not.
Mina's a little skeptical, but we're going to move to one other thing because, Mina, you've got more to say about this Titans offense than just Derrick Henry. What else impressed you yesterday?
Yeah, we'll save the MVP debate for another day. I mean, we're going to talk about Patrick Mahomes later. But, look, I changed my pick at the last second on Friday. Marcus, you were there. I was with the Colts. And then we got the news that DeForest Buckner was out. And I panicked at the last second and changed it. And my goodness, was that a very fortunate change. Because we saw, sometimes it takes a game where a player doesn't play, where you realize how valuable he was. I mean, there's a reason why Chris Ballard went out and traded a first to get DeForest Buckner. He wanted that 3-tag who could be disruptive against the pass and stop the run in his scheme, and he has been excellent all year. Certainly felt his absence. What I didn't anticipate was that losing left tackle Anthony Costanzo, who went down after the first 2 drives, would happen and also completely obliterate what the Colts were doing on offense. I mean, look at these stats. This is with Costanzo before he went out, 8.3 yards per play, down to 4.2. Without him. It was a completely different game, but I want to emphasize something. Dan made a very good point earlier when he said, yes, this was a game heavily impacted by injuries and players who were absent because of COVID, but the Titans had just as many guys out. They were down to their backup left tackle, David Questenberry. Jan Brown was out, Jadeveon Clowney was out. They transcended those absences, and that's why they won the game.
Yeah, a couple of us didn't panic like you, Mina, and stayed with the Colts.
Wow, listen to you guys just patting yourselves on the back so
we had the wrong pick, though. But I will say this about the Colts. They're down, they're not out. Our Football Power Index believes they have a 12% chance to win the AFC South, but a 48% chance to make the postseason, so we'll see. How about this? Panthers DB Jerry